let's discuss the latest from Cathie Wood. She announced that she has 25% of her wealth in the king crypto, Bitcoin. And she also says that Bitcoin is more likely to hit her $1.5 million bullish target by the year 2030. So here is the latest. And shout out to Cathie Wood. Pump the likes to pump the stream. Long live Cathie. So here you go. The headline here reads, why Cathie Wood placed 25% of her wealth in Bitcoin, a bold bet unveiled. Also another headline, Bitcoin to 1.5 million. Ark Invest Cathie Wood makes epic Bitcoin price prediction. And she was also in a headline here. Cathie Wood sees the Bitcoin price reaching 1.5 million by 2030 after the ETF approval. Let's start right here. Cathie Wood, the founder and CEO of Ark Invest, has made several appearances across the mainstream media to discuss the first U.S. spot Bitcoin ETF. The asset manager and Wood herself have been long-term supporters of cryptocurrency. That's right, she's an early investor. So in the interview with the Schwab network, the asset manager revealed how much of her network had been allocated into Bitcoin. Wood said around 25% of her net worth was converted into Bitcoin. Now, personally, I think of this number as like such a rookie number. Why wouldn't you have 75 or 80%? But also consider she's extremely wealthy. She has mass amount of money, and who knows what other types of investments she has. So I think it's pretty cool of her to come out and say it, that her net worth in Bitcoin is 25%. I've also heard Ricardo Salinas, the third richest amigo in Mexico, say that the majority of his portfolio, of his wealth, was in Bitcoin. So I think Ricardo is even more bullish than Cathie, but anyways. However, the asset manager founder clarified that this estimation is a rough guess, meaning more or less of this percentage could be Bitcoin. More specifically, Wood stated, so who knows? Maybe she's really 50%. She just threw some number out there. Who knows? Quoting her here, my financial network, pretty much all of it is in innovation. Let's put it that way. It's just my degree of confidence in the depth of our research that gives me the courage, people might say, to be more aggressive in this realm. Now, while Wood only disclosed her Bitcoin holdings, the interviews hinted at the Ark CEO holding other digital assets, and Wood added, either in our kind of funds, private funds, or crypto, primarily Bitcoin. So what other crypto is the question is Cathie Wood holding? If you were to guess, let me know your thoughts in the comments, family. Now, since its approval the other day, the Bitcoin ETF recorded billions of dollars in trading volume. We've already touched upon this. One of the asset managers include Ark 21 Shares, which is Cathie Wood's company. And I like to point out that she has amongst the lowest fees in comparison to the other ETFs, and the highest is going to be Grayscale with roughly 1.5%. That's why a lot of people are selling out of GBTC to put it in one of the ETFs with the lower fees, because nobody wants to pay 1.5% per year. Now, also, let's discuss her predictions now. So here we go. When Ark Invest Cathie Wood speaks, the investors usually listen, especially the broskies, with more caution. With a reputation for forward-thinking investment strategies, Wood has set the bar high, positing a base case for Bitcoin at $600,000 per coin. That's her base case, family. I think it's like $670,000 to be more precise. And the bull case reaching an eye-watering, now $1.5 million by 2030. A while back, she made the prediction years ago. She was anticipating $1 million by 2030. Well, they upped that number now to $1.5 million, especially off the back of these ETFs being approved. This prediction comes amid the surge of activity of the market, amplified by the launch of the Bitcoin ETF. As we mentioned, the making staggering record-breaking numbers. I think within the first day, they did 4.3 billion in volume. So what are your thoughts surrounding her 1 million and 1.5 million price prediction? Let me know. Do you think Bitcoin could reach 1.5 million by the year 2030? How many years out is that? 6. When's the next halving? 3 months. Then we're going to have another halving in 2028. So she's ultimately saying 2 years after the following halving, not this one this year, but the following halving in 2028, she's anticipating that 1.5 million Bitcoin price. She also is quoted saying, we think the probability of the bull case has increased with the SEC approval. So this is the green light. According to Cathie Wood, which she shared on CNBC the other week. The Ark Invest CEO also said the base case would see the price rise $258,000 and the base case of $682,000. Not too shabby for a base case. Ark backed up the previous 1 million price prediction, pointing to the higher hash rate, which is true, and the longer-term hodler supply and the addresses with a non-zero balance compared to the prior downturns. The SEC's approval of the spot e-test had likely added to the bullish thesis. So there you have it. My crypto fam, what are your thoughts on Cathie Wood allocating roughly 25% of her wealth into Bitcoin? And what are your thoughts surrounding her base case at roughly 680,000 and her bull case now at 1.5 million per coin? And what do you feel the likelihood is of us actually hitting 1 million to a 1.5 million price action by the year 2030? If you think this will turn into fruition and come true, us hitting at least 1 million by the year 2030, put a 1 in the live chat. If you think there's just no way possible, it's not happening, you don't anticipate it, you don't expect it, put a 2. If you think less than 1 million by the year 2030, I want to see the consensus here in the chat as we enter our live Q&A.